What's up, everybody? Welcome to the KF podcast. This is the State of the WWE, Volume 2.
Yes.
I want to say thank you for listening. If you just found us on YouTube, also check out our weekly Pop Culture Week in Review on SoundCloud, Stitcher, iTunes. And, am I missing any?
Spotify.
I always forget Spotify. Mm-hmm. But we're on your favorite your podcasting streaming app. Also, please like, share, subscribe. Check us out, kfpodcast.com, if I didn't say that already. Mm-hmm. So we're kind of just going to chat about wrestling and the state of the WWE again, mostly because Justin isn't here this week. So we get to
so when Justin's not here, we talk about wrestling. And there's been a lot of stuff going on. We did a special where we talked about the Bischoff Heyman stuff, which hasn't really kicked in full on yet, from what I understand.
Yeah.
But, after the events of Extreme Rules, it looks like some things... There are some new storylines breaking out, and some disgustingly same ones streaming out. So, right off the bat, Brock Lesnar title again, which we saw coming. Why do you think this is going to happen?
It's so stupid. I mentioned on our SoundCloud show why I'm so upset about it is it's completely destroyed Baron Corbin.
Yeah.
For 1 year, they built him up as the main antagonist. Mm-hmm. He's finally he can get the title in a cheap way. Like, he doesn't even have to win it. Like, his partner could have pinned Becky, and then he could have won the Universal title. And that would have gotten him so much heel heat.
Oh, it's such a great chicken shit way for chicken shit heel to get the belt and run away. That would have been perfect.
Now what do you do with him?
Yeah, what do you do?
You spent a year and a half building this guy up, and then they just cut his legs out from under him, and now he has nowhere to go.
Yeah. Because he's not going to feud with Seth right now because now he's the number one contender. Mm-hmm. So, where's he go?
Yeah, he's just going to be another mid-card fodder guy.
Who has the mid-card belt on Raw right now?
AJ Styles.
And he's going with Ricochet. So you literally have nothing for him to do.
Nope.
And also, what's-her-face can't do anything with Becky. So
Lacey Evans is kind of done now, too.
I don't think she was ready for that anyway. But, I mean... I don't know. I just feel bad for Baron Corbin.
I feel like Seth's going to win the belt back at SummerSlam.
I think so too.
I think this was like they kind of realized they screwed up with Brock winning that belt or winning the briefcase.
Get it over with.
You want to go a new direction. You got to get over it. You can't make him look weak and not fail at it. So he gets another title where it makes him happy. Get it off him. And then
can they do another Money in the Bank since he really wasn't in that match to win it?
Yeah, I don't understand how that role works either. And you're not even in the match; you're allowed to just shove and win.
Kill somebody in the back, and
that was kind of pointless and stupid.
But it was. I mean, that was a good conclusion to that storyline, having him just come out and win it. But I just felt like the whole Baron Corbin thing, like they totally wasted that.
Yeah. Well, it also shows like they never do stuff that's like surprising or different, and they always drop the ball with that. Like, you remember when like Roman Reigns wasn't hated, and Roman Reigns, everyone thought he was going to win that Rumble, and then Batista won, and people were like so mad about it. Yeah. That was that vibe that was going on Monday night when Randy Orton was in the ring. Yeah. People haven't been hot for Randy Orton in a long time. Yeah. People haven't really talked about him, haven't really cared. Yeah. All of a sudden, he's sneaking around in that ring, eliminating people, and the crowd was Randy. They were like so into it when they thought he was going to throw Rollins out, and then Rollins curbs up and throws out, and the crowd turned on him. Yeah, like what? People love Seth Rollins. They just turned on Seth Rollins. Yeah, because they're like, we've seen this already. Right. He lost the belt because he was too busy worrying about his girlfriend, which ruined his character. They should have never.
They should have kept that off TV.
They should have kept that off TV altogether. It's okay if you mention it.
They started talking about it.
That ruined him. People did. It wasn't cool. It wasn't like Rusev and Lana that people liked it. You have two characters that like define themselves from being on their own, right? And now they're relying on each other.
That were over completely.
They were over. Becky didn't need to be with Seth. She's already over, and Seth didn't need Becky. It just made him look stupid. Yeah, that he's worrying about his girlfriend and laying there while. I thought it might have been cool if while Brock was about to like do something, Becky went in and like low blowed him or hit him with a chair. Like I thought, like maybe that's where they were going to go. That's how you get the briefcase off him. But that's probably not something Lesnar would agree to, is getting hit by a woman and stuff. But they ruined Rollins, and they missed a spot there because the crowd was into whoever else was going to win. That was a moment they could have put somebody brand new in there, and the crowd would have been like,
But I don't think I don't think the powers that be think that SummerSlam's going to sell without someone like Lesnar. Like they need the name brand.
Yeah.
The name recognition.
They dropped the ball on that one, and hopefully they get it past it and get rid of it. That way, maybe you can get Rollins with a better person to feud with.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't want to see the soap opera of they both have the belts and they're on red carpets and they're hugging and they're with their like it became annoying and annoyed people.
It did. It backfired on him.
It did.
What do you think about the reappearance of Bray Wyatt?
I don't like the first opponent being Finn Balor.
I feel like they're doing this so they can get the match that they wanted at.
Mm-hmm.
See, I do too, and I think that this is a great opportunity.
Yeah.
Because if I fantasy book this,
fantasy booking,
you have Bray Wyatt has this fiend character.
Yeah.
And Balor has the demon.
Yeah.
I think you should let them have that fight that everybody wanted to see, where it's not him dressed as Dragon, Sister Abigail, and they build a SummerSlam match, and it's the demon versus the fiend, with the demon like starting to win. And I think you should have Balor bring some kind of like the old 90s, 80s mystical stuff to it, like the Undertaker used to do, where he almost does like he like exorcises the demon from Balor, and Balor can't channel that demon anymore.
Yeah.
And then he smashes him, beats him. Balor wants time off.
Yep, because he's getting married.
Give him 2 months off.
Yeah.
The character is dead. You could have the next night Bray Wyatt saying, have the demon's hair, like burying it. I killed the demon. The demon's gone.
This is perfect 90s attitude era, like Undertaker Kane.
And then you bring Finn Balor back with the club. Forget the whole demon stuff.
Yeah.
And now, because imagine in 2 months, like after AJ feuds with Ricochet, and like let's say AJ is still the champ. Imagine Balor showing up at a pay-per-view to help Anderson and Gallows win the tag titles and turn heel.
Or, you can start a faction to rival the club, and all of a sudden, like, they're getting beat up, and then all the lights go out, and then...
And it's him. And then the good thing about the whole demon thing is, years from now, then...
You can bring it back.
You can bring it back. Yeah. Like, he needs he's going for the Universal Championship at WrestleMania,
or whenever
and he channels the demon.
Whenever you split the club up, and it's AJ versus Finn... If Finn loses the first 2 times, like, listen, I got a secret weapon, and then all of a sudden it cuts to the demon. And then,
so that's why I'm kind of happy that his first opponent is, because you can do a really cool SummerSlam moment. Entrance,
oh, yeah.
all that, and Finn's a guy that right now can take that loss, because he wants to go away.
Well, his value's never been lower than it is right now either.
It is.
Which is kind of like, I kind of wanted Bray Wyatt to come in against the top guy, like, right off the bat.
Yeah.
So but I think the Finn Balor thing's a perfect... like storm, because Finn Balor is probably as low as he's going to be, but he's still a top guy. Like, he's still a fan favorite.
Especially the demon's undefeated.
Yeah,
like
give him his first loss.
If he
lost to Samoa Joe in a cage
in NXT.
Yeah, but not since he's been on the main roster.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's kind of a big deal if he's like, I keep losing as Balor, so I'm bringing the demon to SummerSlam, who's undefeated. That's kind of like a big deal. And, and you get that matchup that never happened.
Yeah. You get Pumpkin Finn.
Yeah, because it was going to be Pumpkin Finn against Sister Abigail and all that. And
you know what? Anything's going to be better than Bray Wyatt and drag.
Yeah. I like his
with a voice
character.
changer.
It looked cool. I hope that he goes back and forth between both. I hope he comes to the ring as like Happy Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, and then wrestle sometime as that.
As the Fiend and all that stuff. Because it's all cool stuff, everything that he came up with.
Yeah.
He's a smart dude. But I think that would be a good way, because I think, and I read an article today after I came up with this theory, that Paul Heyman's big on Balor being on Raw and being with the club.
Okay. Well, he should be. That's fucking easy. I'm sorry. That's easy money. I know we don't swear on YouTube.
And he said he would like to see, and this is something that they never do, he said he'd like to see more members of the club.
Yes. It should be the new NWO.
I think Cesaro would be a perfect example for someone who should be with the club.
Yeah. I think the Big Show should be part of the club.
Big Show, where's he at? Braun Strowman.
No, because I don't want Braun. I would like to see Big Show, like, he's like, he was NWO. He's OG NWO.
I think Cesaro's a good person for the club. I think even Ziggler could be a good person for the club. Yeah,
it's going to be interesting.
It's definitely something you should roll with. It is the NWO.
Yeah.
And AJ's perfect as their leader when he's bad.
And I think that Balor's music is good for the club. Like, it's got the cheese, the guitar riff, like...
Bring in Chase Owens.
Yes. Bring in... when is... You're wearing their shirt. When's the Guerrillas of Destiny? Like...
They're not going to leave.
You don't think they'll leave New Japan?
No.
I feel like they would at some point.
They can do whatever they want there, and no one cares.
That's true, but I feel like they might be a little jealous of all these guys leaving. And
Could be.
You never know.
But they get all the Bullet Club money now, though.
yeah, that's true, they do.
People still buy the shirt not knowing what it is.
Yeah. Speaking of guns,
Speaking of the club, Anderson and Gallows signed big contracts.
good for them. I'm just glad because I like them guys. I like them. They should be. They're funny. They can be mean.
I like them on TV more. They are so entertaining. Every backstage segment where they're in is entertaining. Especially Karl Anderson. I mean, he is great.
I wish they would do. I like him with Gallows, but he was great in New Japan as the singles guy too. If you go back and look at that stuff,
he's good. He's really good. He's funny.
And I know that I don't know if maybe if they're getting away from PG. I want him to be Machine Gun too. I think it's a cool name. Like
it seems to me that. So let's go to that as the next topic. Is people think the Attitude Era is coming back because of some of the stuff he did?
Back.
The Attitude Era storyline sucked. Like and it made no sense.
I think they're going away from the PG era.
Yes.
Case in point, the mixed tag match. They did the close up of Lacey Evans' ass because she had Seth written on it, and I mean,
did she?
Yeah, it said Seth on her ass cheeks.
They
zeroed in on it, and I mean, Corey Graves like laughing over it, and Michael Cole got hysterical, and he was like quiet for a minute because he said something about like shit because what did Renee Young said something like, "Oh please," and he said, "What'd you say, cheese?" He was like. Yeah, that's a lot of cheese. And he like said something, and Michael Cole's laughing. And then when Lacey Evans like went off the thing and landed on the ground, she like backed into the announce table, and she's like, "Oh, there's a good shot of us can read Seth." And Corey goes, "What? Where? I'm not looking." And Michael Cole again was like laughing, like.
Well, here's the thing. Then they should play it up from both sides. So when Finn Balor comes out and shows his nutsack on the rope, like I would,
close,
like, oh, look at this,
look at those gems, yeah. I mean, there's more and more of it each week, though. Like you had the Kofi Kingston middle finger. This week they were like saying there was some stuff that went on this week too that was. It's
kind of kicked off with Corey Graves' holy shit whenever.
Yeah, he did the holy shit. A little bit more edgier, a little bit more. They're trying to get away with that.
I'm glad it's not all of a sudden they're going to go to 11. Like if they keep ramping up a couple things and.
Yeah, like next week can't be a bra and panties match.
We can't have what's his fame, Ty Dillinger show up and crack someone in the head with a chair and bleed all over the place.
But there's definitely things they could do. I mean, speaking of the risque stuff, Drake Maverick is hilarious. I started following him on Twitter. His countdown on Twitter, on Instagram, his countdown of still haven't had sex yet, still haven't consummated my marriage, and all these pictures of like all this stuff. I don't know if you saw the segment on Monday. I mean, the 24/7 championship is a joke. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's just admit it's a joke. There's nothing serious about it.
It's an entertaining...
But it's an entertaining piece.
Yeah.
It's again, it reminds me of like 80s, 90s type stuff that they used to do. Yeah. They got it over. And these two with it are hilarious with it. Mm-hmm. And he was naked except for the belt on. He was laying in bed. He's about to have sex with his wife.
Did they mention Blue Chew? Because I didn't see... Yeah, okay.
Did they?
Yeah.
R-Truth came in and like... it was just so bad. He like slammed him on the bed, and it was like that can't hurt. It's like a mattress, But he got the pin on him.
If it slammed his erection into that, I don't know. How
it was funny. And then then the next the images on Instagram was like him. He's like laying there with like just the title on, and the caption just says "sex." He's like smiling at the camera, like Drake Maverick's a funny dude. Rockstar Spud's a funny dude.
Yeah. Well, I'm surprised his wife's going along with all that.
Yeah, but she's getting TV time.
She's probably getting paid too.
Do you think that this is her gateway into? Because I think she used to maybe do some wrestling stuff.
She was in the Mae Young Classic.
Was she?
Mm-hmm. Okay, good. She was a wrestler.
Yeah.
She has an Instagram page.
She used to wrestle for this PWX that used to be in the basement of that church in Eastport.
And she has it. Her Instagram likes are going up. He's tagging her in it. Yeah, that's all working out for them.
Yeah.
He's a funny dude. It's a funny.
Which shows that interesting people can. I don't know. It's just good.
If you put the right people, you can get anything over.
Exactly.
I think nobody thought that this 24/7 thing was going to be anything cool. But these two guys have made it interesting, at least.
Yeah, at least they are acknowledging that it is a joke, and they turned it into a joke, and that's why the belt looks like such a joke. Like it's just.
Did you see a sticker on the side? Like just like a printout label. It's a Drake Maverick.
He has these stickers that say Drake 24/7, and he's stuck in one of the plates on the nameplate. It's pretty good. R-Truth, like running the wrong way towards where the people are. Like, it's just little things like that they do that are brilliant. And they're like, we got to get out of here. He's like, jump on. And he like runs toward it. They're like,
he was on the room service card on Monday because he was looking all around for him and they just came out of the cart.
Yeah, he was in the carts. And, I mean, it's good stuff. It's funny. R-Truth is funny. It's good he's getting some TV time. The people I feel bad with are the ones that aren't involved in the story. They just have to run around in the background.
The fodder.
But
I enjoyed. There was a picture that with talking about all this like the face app, where everyone's looking old. They do all the wrestlers. They show R-Truth, and he looks the exact same. Because how old is R-Truth?
R-Truth's got to be 50, at least.
And he looks the same way he did when he was K-Quick.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He does not age.
Because you think he was tag champs with Road Dogg during the XFL?
Yeah.
Like that's how long he's been.
Were they 3LK?
That was a little
later on.
That was in TNA when they were the with Conan, 3 Live Crew.
Yeah.
But before that, they were in WWE.
He's 47.
Still looks good. He could go for another 10 years.
I mean, he is in such good shape too.
Yeah.
For a guy that's 47 years old. I mean, my God, he looks great.
Yeah.
Speaking of. Not speaking of anything, but we had a return this week. Bobby Roode's back to being Bobby Roode. He dumped the whole Robert Roode and the mustache and all that. He's just Bobby Roode again. He was tagging with the Revival. And they were like, oh, that's just Bobby Roode again. They even announced him as Bobby Roode.
Well, I heard at house shows they're trying to start a Bobby Roode, EC3, and Cesaro.
They were like the muscle main event main event muscle men or something like that they call themselves. But they haven't done any of that on there.
The New Day, they shopped around on house shows for probably about 6 months.
Until it took off.
Yeah, until they figured out what they wanted to do, and they put gospel music to their entrance.
Yeah.
Do you remember that when they were serious men in suits?
And they were singing?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy. So what about Daniel Bryan?
Did he reveal what his...
No. It's a typical bait and switch.
One of the stupidest segments I've seen in a while. It was pretty bad. He kept coming out and saying, that he was...
A career-altering announcement or something like that he never made it. They do this about once a week on each show, where they advertise something that's going to happen, throughout the week, and then comes time for it to happen, and it doesn't happen.
Yeah, he'd, walk out, and he would look, and then not say anything. Do a Jericho almost. Then he, dropped the microphone. That was an odd segment. Then it was, he left, and then, Randy Orton and Samoa Joe, and... someone else came out. Then it was a 3-man tag. Elias. It made no sense. SmackDown at the end made no sense. It was
Do you think that they're trying... Because they pretty much have a lot of their storylines for SmackDown locked in, the matches. Do you think they're just treading water till SummerSlam and then we're going to get some
maybe
it feels like it.
Yeah.
Because, what is it? It's Samoa Joe versus Kofi.
Well, that match already happened at Extreme Rules.
Okay. So who's Kofi fighting it?
That's what they don't know yet. They're trying to determine who that number one contender is. Right now, it was Orton, Elias, and Samoa Joe, which Samoa Joe's a Raw star. It doesn't make sense sometimes. The wild card, they went kind of crazy with the wild card for a few weeks where everybody was on everyone's show. They backed it out more this week. And it was mostly just Raw stars, except for Roman was on.
Yeah,
he's on both shows. And
he's Roman Reigns.
Cesaro was on both shows.
Getting beat.
Cesaro and Aleister Black was a great match in Extreme Rules. Even the one on Raw or SmackDown was good too.
It seems like those two, Ricochet, they're letting them have more freedom in the ring with what they do.
Good. Yeah. I mean, and they're also putting them with experienced guys.
Yeah.
Cesaro's got tons of experience to go with Aleister Black. They can put on great matches.
And it's almost like a loss for Cesaro that doesn't really hurt that he's still really good.
Yeah.
Because it's Aleister just caught him with the black mask, which Aleister Black is such an talented wrestler. If you can't make this guy a mega star, then you should close your whole friggin' company because he is that good.
He's that good, and the gimmick would get over.
The gimmick is over. Everything about him is over. Him and Ricochet. I'm a big Ricochet mark. A lot of people like his Ricochet as much as I do, but
you're just a hypocrite with Ricochet.
Bingo, bango, ha ta ta.
There's a lot of difference between unnecessary flipping and what Ricochet does. He just defies gravity.
His flips are necessary.
All the stuff he does it's true.
If they don't make a show to that, necessary flips.
It's not just his flipping. He's really innovated with stuff he does in the ring. different things. Like the way he gets out of holds, and I mean he does submission holds, he does a lot of stuff. I think he needs to work on his mic stuff a little bit. You know, his mic skills aren't as good as Aleister Black's.
Which is crazy because Aleister Black has pretty much almost entirely lost his accent whenever he cuts promos.
Yeah.
But, you know, Ricochet's likable. Ricochet is perfect for them because, like, it was good for Kofi Kingston to win for the diversity angle that they haven't really let people of color, African Americans, challenge for major titles since like The Rock and everything, you know. And this was when they finally let them in. Look how over he got. Yeah, like that's the same thing. That's why Ricochet I think fits a good bill for them because it's not like some sort of like just forced diversity that doesn't make sense. Like this guy has to be a person of color, so we're going to put him in there. Like this guy's better than everyone else.
Well, it's not like you're not a fourth generation Samoan superstar, so that's why you don't get thrown into the picture.
Yeah, he's just good. You know, he's good, and he's really over, and the crowd really likes him, and you know, him and Aleister Black are great additions.
I even liked them as a tag team.
Yeah.
I thought they missed the boat by not putting the titles on them at Mania.
Yeah.
I thought they should also. That's an easy tag team that you have together, and you have Aleister Black turn heel.
Yeah, break them up, and then.
I would love to see those two feud for a while too. I think that would be phenomenal.
Yep.
You know what? Watching Ricochet work with AJ, sometimes it's easy to lose sight of how good AJ Styles is too.
And how old's AJ Styles? What, 47, 46?
Because you know he fighting some of the guys he fought on SmackDown. When he's fighting Samoa Joe, you're like, I've seen that a million times on TNA, and you don't watch it. But when you see him go against like a younger guy that's skilled like that, you're like, man, AJ Styles is pretty damn good.
Yeah.
You know, like some of those moves he does and some things he does, I mean, that phenomenal forearm that he hits, if you watch him the way he does that, the air that he gets when he does that, I mean, the dude's just incredible.
Can you imagine how hard that is to even pull off?
So hard. I don't even think I could attempt to do that if you gave me my whole lifetime to train.
And also, too, I mean, I'm sure the ropes have to be just right, and also those ropes are put up differently. Probably, it's not an exact science, tightening ropes in a ring. Like, he's impressive.
I think they've kind of held those two back. I think if they wrestle at SummerSlam, you got to let them go all out.
Oh, yeah.
That's when you
The
cut.
Extreme Rules match was pretty good. The highlights I saw at least.
You know, you have Anderson and Gallows interfering a lot, interrupting it. Ricochet's going to need some people to kind of keep them at bay so they can let those two go a while.
Is it the Usos? Is that who they're kind of like?
Yeah, they were there for that, but they kind of been...
They're more tied up with the Revival.
Yeah. But, like, what do you do with a guy like Daniel Bryan now that he's done with the tag team world? Like, what do you do with him next?
I think you can always put him in the championship hunt. You can put, I mean, everyone wants to see Daniel Bryan Nakamura match. I mean, for you put him with it for the Intercontinental. That really puts credibility towards that belt.
Nakamura, they like got out of the closet and dusted him off and made him the IC champ. Like he was sitting on shelves for so long.
He's another one. Like if you watch his last few matches, like he's doing his New Japan stuff.
Stiff.
Yeah, like
good.
He did the snap German suplex from like where he slides out of the ring.
Oh, okay.
He did that.
That knee to the back of the head was pretty vicious on Balor, and then the knee to the front of the head.
Yeah,
like
well, that's what they need to do because if you're gonna want to keep these guys to not go, because if Nakamura goes back to New Japan, like it's gonna be a big deal.
Yeah. Like Kenta went back, and it's a huge deal.
Yeah, and it might not be a huge deal for WWE, but like this is like that's their guys. Like they're so. I'm glad to see it. Like I still know what they're doing with Rusev. Where's Rusev at?
I feel like that him and Lana are always in trouble. That like something happens, they get time off all the time. I don't know about them.
Yeah, I know Sheamus is hurt and always hanging out with them in Nashville.
Sheamus has been hurt for a while.
Yeah,
I think he's done.
Yeah. What do you do with Roman Reigns now?
Yeah,
he wasn't even on TV this week, which was surprising.
Good,
unlike him. And I mean,
he was there. He was in the main event on SmackDown.
Yeah, he was. Well, he was in the main event on Raw with the Battle Royal. Then on SmackDown, he just came out in the beginning and said Shane
wasn't he involved in the? Didn't he fight Dolph Ziggler?
No, but, Owens did.
Oh.
Because Owens is like the hero for the people, going against like Shane and all that stuff.
Oh, Roman was out at the beginning during that.
Yeah, he said that Shane was an asshole and walked off stage, basically.
Roman, I think, is a guy that if you want to make him like Stone Cold, I don't want to see him wrestle all the time. Like, whenever his music hits, like, you know the pop that the Shield used to get? Like, oh, shit, the Shield's here. Yeah. Something's going to happen. Like, I want to start getting that pop again, like...
Do you think you just keep him off TV for a little bit and float him back in here and there?
Yeah. And I think that he can come in and be like John Wayne. He can come in and like his music hits, he Superman punches, he spears, lays the guy out, and then walks away, and people are gonna be like, "Oh shit, this is on." Like, I always feel like you need to rethink him if you want to make, because he's gonna be the face of the company.
Yeah.
Like, you can't cram him down our throats if you want him to be the face.
Yeah.
And if he's on a limited wrestling schedule, almost like a Brock Lesnar, I'm fine with if he's there and shows up every other week or something.
I feel like there's this culture now that we've become accustomed to where if you're not going for a title, people feel like you're not being used and you suck now. Where if you remember in the 80s when there was only like
2 belts,
there was 2 belts and the tag belts, whatever. You still had interesting storylines that mattered, especially at like the big events. Like they had a feud, and it went for a while. I feel like nowadays, like when someone drops out of the title hunt, like just happened like now with like Daniel Bryan losing, and like they're like, well, what belt is there for him? There's no one to go. What's he gonna do?
Yeah.
Like oh, he's just gonna suck now. Like I don't think you always have to have a belt.
Yeah.
What if you got Daniel Bryan versus Roman Reigns? Like, what if that was something like
Go into a feud with them next.
I don't think you can do Randy Orton. I don't know if I don't know. Personally, I don't think Randy Orton has a lot of shine to him right now. But
Randy Orton is like he's another one that's not on all the time. So he kind of has that like mystique to him when he is there. It's like a big deal.
Yeah.
And that's what it was on Raw on Monday. Is like no one had heard from Randy Orton since they did the Saudi show. And even then, he only had like a couple promos for it, and then all of a sudden, he was just there, and people were like, got excited for him again. Randy can still go. Randy's still not in bad.
I'm not. He's done so much. Like when you see him, you almost always just assume he's going to be in the main title hunt.
I think Randy needs one more title reign.
I personally would love to see Randy Orton as the head of a heel stable.
Yeah,
I think if he brought back Legacy with some younger guys.
Yeah, a new legacy.
Some of the newer guys.
Because I'm sure that there's generation people there that you can find or make,
Bo Dallas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there's quite a bit. It's just what do you do with them?
Yeah, Bo, the B team. What's up, Cookies Johnson?
Ooh.
He's spitting everywhere.
All right.
All right. So this is us doing the end of this.
This is the end. So that was it. That was a good talk about all that. Sounds good. Tell us what you think below about the current state and what you think's going to happen.
Share,
we'll do more of
subscribe.
these if Justin's not around.
Yeah.
Poor Justin.
All right, take us out.
All right, please like, share, subscribe, invite, tell your friends, comment below, and have a good night. Thanks for the cookies.
Thank you. They're still warm.